Hey friends, hi everyone, we're in Vietnam, my name is Artyom Chaplin and today we're checking out Michelin rated restaurants, starting from the simplest one and ending with a prestigious Michelin starred restaurant. Let's go!
Let's go!
Wow guys, look how many eels there are. Definitely recommend it. This is most likely mole. To be honest, it doesn't look very appetizing.
I like this.
Way too sweet. Careful, careful. Hair. Michelin, what's going on? Thank you. Just take in the vibe. Spicy food lovers, stay tuned. It's gonna be good. So friends, we're here at this Michelin restaurant. The name of this restaurant is Pho Ga. Yes, Pho Ga. That's the correct pronunciation. They make traditional Vietnamese soup here. Let's head inside. It's just after 8 a.m. And as you can see, there's already a line at this restaurant. Why? Because Michelin recommends it. The place is famous for its chicken soup and they cook it right at the entrance. As the owner of this Michelin rated restaurant told me, the recipe for this soup has been passed down for generations. And the owner herself still sits here and cooks this soup for the customers. This is how it looks like. And we have already been served the dish we're about to try.
What's the name of this dish?
This dish called Pho Ga.
Pho Ga.
Pho Ga,
Pho Ga.
kind of noodle.
This is what this dish looks like.
Pho Thịt Ga.
Chicken. It's the liver most likely. I see eggs, some kind of giblets. Chicken skins, and I think there are more feet here. And of course rice noodles. What would we do without them? It is probably duck blood.
That's blood, yeah?
Yeah, blood.
What is your favorite? What's your favorite part, of this dish?
I like this. I like egg.
Eggs, yeah?
Egg of the chicken.
Yeah, that's nice. I tried it before too.
As I looked at the soup, a woman approached.
I guess almost every day.
Every day? Is it really so good?
The food is really good. It's actually the best one in the country, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Pho Ga is actually the dish that Hanoi is famous for. So it's actually only in the northern part.
Thank you for the explanation. Thank you, I appreciate it.
As you may have just heard, the woman said this is one of the best places to try this soup in all of Vietnam, not just Hanoi. So I definitely recommend it. Let's give it a try. Yes, friends, it looks delicious. Let's also add different sauces. I also really like to add lime. Garlic sauce. And of course, a little chili pepper. Just a touch. At first, when I started eating food in Vietnam, I didn't add any spices, no chili, but then I started trying a bit and now I realize food just isn't the same without spice.
Egg, so many eggs. Chicken egg, yeah?
Chicken egg.
It looks really delicious.
We try.
Let's try.
So crunchy.
So soft. Not like just chicken, big egg. I like the taste.
It's lighter, softer, a pleasant taste. Combined with the rice noodles and broth, really delicious. Incredibly delicious. Crispy pieces of bread. They also call them Vietnamese donuts, but they say you're supposed to place them under the noodles. Yeah, so they soak up the broth. It looks very simple, but trust me, it's worth it. Especially when you add lime, garlic and chili. Even if you're not a fan of spicy food, you've got to add it. It's a light breakfast with chicken and rice noodles. Really tasty, I like it. I advise you to try. Guys, Huyen insisted we eat more blood.
Your favorite?
Yeah, my
Part?
favorite. Yeah, favorite part.
Vietnamese women love drinking men's blood. Also feels like the blood soaked through the broth from the inside. Tastes interesting. Honestly, a dish you could eat every day. Guys, so what about our donuts? If you like them softer, wait a few minutes. If you like them crispier, try them just like this. They've got a nice toasted flavor, light bread. I personally prefer them softer. Now let's sum up this dish. Pho Ga. Overall, I'd give this restaurant a 9 out of 10. First of all, the owner saw we were recording and gave us a separate table outside with a nice view of the street. Fresh air, really cool vibe, I liked it. As for the taste, delicious, rich, not greasy. This Vietnamese donut is cool, I don't know what it's called, but it's very tasty. So I liked it, I recommend trying it. And we're heading to the next location, let's go. Well friends, we're done with the soups. Our second spot is also a Michelin restaurant but focused on seafood. Specifically, we're about to try snails and quail embryos. So spicy food lovers, stay tuned, this will be interesting. This is the best dish of the day. One of the snails tried to escape. Inside, it doesn't look very appetizing. Very sweet. Friends, just take a look at this beauty. And it's not just visually appealing but smells great too. This sauce smells so coconutty and sweet, it looks really appetizing. Such a vibrant color. These are quail eggs, a bit of a sour smell. I think it tastes like something wild. The snails are not the ones you're thinking of, they're sea snails. They add lemongrass, chili pepper, garlic, all of that is stir-fried. By the way, I see bits of pork fat. I can't wait honestly to try it. I don't know what it tastes like, but trust me, the smell is amazing. I'm literally drooling. Well friends, time to taste the dish.
Let's go.
What do you want to start first?
I want to start with this because
Snails.
yeah, this look smell good.
This is the tool for pulling out snails. You can suck them out or use this tool to extract them.
It is really good.
Since my hands are full, I'll go with the traditional method, so to speak. It's not that easy. Nope, friends, that's a miss. Hard to get in there. You gotta use that sharp tool. Pulling out the juiciest snail from its shell. Inside is not as pretty as on the outside. Look at it. Nice, very tasty. Unusually. Awesome sauce. I don't know how many ingredients are in this sauce, but I think lemongrass, garlic, onion, some spices and a little heat. Chewy texture, fishy flavor. This is the best dish of the day. Let's have one more snail and move on to the quail egg. By the way, these snails get extra aroma from little pieces of pork fat. This is how it looked like. Let's give it a try. Yep, got it. It's rich and fatty, nicely salty and really aromatic. A cool, flavorful dish. I definitely like it. Absolutely, a must-try. Perfect appetizer for seafood lovers. Let's move on to the next dish, spearing it. And first, let's ask ourselves, what is this?
This is chim cút lốt.
Chun Kut Long.
Yeah.
You probably won't guess what it is. It's a developing embryo that's already started forming inside the quail. Let's taste it and see what it's like. Looks cool in the sauce. Sweet. Very sweet. Like a dessert.
What do you think? Too sweet.
So sweet.
Too sweet. Reminds me of a dessert, an actual dessert. I think they overdid it with the sugar, but it also has a bit of a sour taste. With less sugar, it'd be pretty nice, right? Our next dish. Snails in coconut sauce with coconut flakes.
What's the name of the dish?
Maybe ốc hương.
Gương?
Ốc hương.
Ốc gương.
No, hương.
Gương.
Yeah.
That's it, friends.
Take it out and you draw in the sauce like this, and you eat. Good. Not too sweet.
Looks actually sweet.
Looks again sweet, like all the previous dishes. Let's give it a try.
A little bit butter and coconut at the same time, so not too sweet. Easy to eat.
It's a kind of mixture made from butter, coconut oil and margarine. Let's try it. Nice. Cool, I like it. But too sweet. They need to cut down on the sugar. They really loaded it with coconut, called serioga. Friends, we're missing bread. They forgot to bring it. There should always be bread on the table. Guys, this is insanely delicious. This orange mess, to me it tastes like dessert, but it's incredibly tasty. Butter, coconut oil, shredded coconut, the taste is really fun. For Europeans, this dish tends to be the most acceptable as it perfectly balances salty, spicy and sour flavors. Look guys, how everyone's digging into this creamy sauce. How is it?
Delicious.
Yeah, the sauce is good. I really like this sauce. The orange one, specifically. Coconut flavor, fresh taste, but it should go last, like dessert. Alright friends, let's sum it up. This place that's recommended by Michelin also has very tasty food. Interesting sauces, spices and overall the smell really cool. Everyone liked it, but first of all the portions are small. To eat properly, especially for men, at least 6 plates like this are needed. That's for light dinner, not a hearty lunch. Second of all, to understand which dish you actually like, you also need to try different dishes first and then come back and order what you like the most. Comment below which of these 3 dishes you'd like to try. And let's move on. Well friends, check time. All of these cost us 449,000 Vietnamese dong. Is that expensive or cheap? I think it's fair for a Michelin recommended restaurant. Wow guys, look how many eels there are. Well friends, the dish is served. As you can see, the table is set. All that's left is to try it. This soup is called soup.
Lươn.
Yeah, soup lươn.
What's the name of this dish?
Is it miến trộn?
Zip miên trộn.
Yeah, correct.
Zip miên trộn.
I don't even fully understand what I'm saying, but turns out I'm saying it right.
What should we start first?
Maybe we will start with the soup.
Honestly, it doesn't look appetizing. But as we can see, this is fried garlic, eel, fried garlic again. I see some chunks, not sure what of, either chicken or some kind of fish. Naturally, it's all gelatinous apparently because it was boiled with bones and mushrooms.
Well, let's try, yeah?
I'm trying to understand the taste of this soup. He's so neutral. It's a little salty or sweet, I don't fully understand. We need to try again.
How to describe this taste?
A little bit sweet. And sweet and salt at the same time.
Sweet and salty, yeah. And I think the soup is too sweet. I can't really taste the eel because the sweetness takes over. I didn't enjoy it much. But I think it's a matter of taste. I figured out how to eat this soup properly. The main thing is not to overdo this ingredient. Looks like egg, most likely.
This is egg, yeah? Pieces of eggs.
Yeah, egg with some chicken.
With chicken.
The main thing is to have it all mixed up and plenty of eel. It gives just such a basic taste, more or less salty. We are in Vietnam and on every Vietnamese dining table there is lime, pepper, salt and some kind of hot sauce. I do not know what it is.
What is that?
It is chili sauce, but they mix with the oil.
It looks very spicy. Should we eat here?
Maybe not very spicy. Just I think just a little bit to raise the taste.
What's the most suitable sauce for this soup? How do
I
you
think
think?
all of this can suitable, but mostly I use it.
A lot of people. And it's just past 9 a.m. Actually, it's strange. In Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam, I feel like every restaurant is always crowded. On the table, by the way, there are chopsticks and napkins. I've heard many people say, napkins and chopsticks, why wipe them? But before eating in Vietnam, you definitely should do that. Actually, as far as I know, about 80% of the germs on the chopsticks can be wiped away just by using a napkin. It sounds like some kind of Vietnamese magic, but that's what the locals recommend, and they probably know best. And in almost every cafe and small restaurant in Vietnam, there's an altar for worship and prayers. It's time to try dish number 2.
Miên lươn trộn.
Yeah, correct.
Could you say again?
Miến lươn trộn.
Miên lươn trộn.
I'm sure I said it wrong. This here, friends, looks like this. You can see fresh leaves of something, maybe basil, I could be wrong, some veggies, nuts, and of course the main highlight of this morning. This is dried eel. Doesn't look too appetizing, looks like a crouton. And glass noodles. This dish also goes well with some soup.
Let's try.
If you want to eat this, you need to put some water in here because it's easy to dry. No, just a little bit. Here, a little bit, and then you put some sauce.
Guys, you need to careful. Here, Michelin, what's going on? We added a bit of broth, and now we're trying the eel, the dried eel.
Cool. Fish chips.
Fish crackers. Interesting flavor, a bit sweet, like dried fish, but with some unique eel taste. Leaf, cucumber with nuts, dry eel, and a glass noodle. By the way, I see here Vietnamese often add sprouts to their dishes. With the broth, the taste is much more interesting, much better than just dry. A nice light dish for those who don't want to gain extra weight since it's very low in calories. Most of the calories come from the eel. So for those on a diet, I recommend it. And the taste is good, slightly sweet, sour and salty. But honestly, I'd like it to be saltier. And by the way, this leaf adds some sophistication, flavor, a unique taste. And by the way, friends, a common misconception is that if you see a Michelin sign, like in this restaurant, it means the restaurant has a Michelin star, but that's not true. Michelin simply recommends the place and gives it an award, the Bib Gourmand. If I said it wrong, please correct me in the comments. What does it mean? It means Michelin recommends this restaurant for its good price to quality ratio, but it doesn't give it a star. Well friends, we finished our meal at this Michelin recommended restaurant. And for a place like that, it was excellent and affordable. We only paid 165,000 Vietnamese dong, which is quite cheap for Vietnam. And the taste was unusual. I would recommend trying the dried eel. My first impression of this restaurant. First of all, It's not easy to get in here. Look at all these bikes. That's already a plus. It's crowded. I really like how the place looks from outside. First of all, the design. Everything is made of bamboo, and it has this cozy bamboo atmosphere. Let's go in and see what's inside and how this dish tastes. Yeah, I like the design. Everything is made of bamboo. Well, it smells like greasy oil. I can immediately tell everything's fried in oil, so prepare your liver. There are lots of people. 3 floors, right?
Wow. Wow, it's ready.
Guys, the pancakes are ready.
So big.
It's huge. Is this the biggest pancake in this city?
Maybe.
By the way, if you came alone without pretty Vietnamese girls, you don't know how to eat it, there's a special guide just for you on how to properly enjoy this crispy pancake.
Let's follow the instruction here.
Yeah, I have the rice paper. We take a vegetable.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the greens. Mint, cabbage, basil.
I think the taste will better when you
Thank you. Thank you.
and then we roll it.
We wrap the fried banzio pancake in this rice paper. Let's add some spice. Huen didn't go easy on the chili. She added a generous amount. Vietnamese people love spicy food.
Okay, let's try.
Alright, let's taste it. Fresh flavor. Meat. Goosebumps. Juicy filling. Crispy texture outside. And inside all the ingredients are tender and soft. The taste of meat, shrimp, and greens. A bit greasy. But when you wrap it in that leaf, it balances out the greasy flavor. I really like it. Cool. It also reminds me of a pie with greens and bit of meat. Not as crispy, more soft, like a soft veggie pie. Also, friends, beside the flavor of this Vietnamese pancake, I like the presentation it was served on. Look, a big leaf, most likely, banana and a bamboo plate. Looks very authentic. And everything around, you know, cozy-like vibes, feels nice to be here. I noticed a huge amount of greenery.
Da.
Huh?
Yeah. It's all different, yeah?
Yeah, so
One, I see lettuce.
Yeah.
I see some leaf. 2,
Yeah.
3,
1, 2, 3,
mint.
4.
4.
Yeah, 4. No, mint 4. Maybe 4 kind.
I think
kind
4,
of.
one more. 5.
5.
The first time I tasted this dessert was in Vietnam. Fresh plant leaves. I was surprised because we don't eat that in my country. It's so delicious.
Давайте узнаем этот секретный рецепт этого вьетнамского блинчика. Вижу ростки, вижу зелень, лук в соусе каком-то. Ага. Креветка небольшая, ну и небольшие кусочки мяса. Вот и весь секрет, друзья. Поэтому ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на канал, и мы вам расскажем больше секретов о вьетнамской еде.
Tasty, but it's a balance between healthy and unhealthy food. Because just by looking at this dish, you can already tell there's a massive amount of stuff in there. It's all wrapped in greens are added, and yeah, you don't really feel the grease. Actually, for those trying to stay fit, maybe once or twice, but not for daily consumption. But taste-wise, awesome, cool, definitely worth trying.
I think I like it. I like it because this is not too heavy and easy to eat. And also this sell on the street food in Vietnam.
Cheap and cheerful, as they say. Let's go check the prices. The history of Peking duck dates back to Imperial China and goes back more than 700 years. During the Ming Dynasty, the emperor moved the capital to Beijing, and with him the best chefs moved there too, who perfected the recipe. In the 20th century, Peking duck became a gastronomic symbol of China. It's served in many famous restaurants worldwide. One of the most famous places serving the classic version is the Quanju restaurant in Beijing, operating since 1864.
Oh, looks so good. Looks so good.
Surprise
What's
noodles.
that?
Rice noodles.
What's the name of this dish?
Big quail is better in the world.
I appreciate it.
How to say how are you in your country?
Як справи?
Duck sparring.
Як справи?
Duck sparring.
Справи.
Sparring.
Yeah.
Duck sparring.
Thank you.
Easy, easy, never squeezy.
Yeah, appreciate you, mate. We're gonna try the
Yeah,
best
sure.
duck in Hanoi.
Oh, cheers, mate. Yes.
Recommended by Michelin.
Georgia Michelin Guide.
Thank you.
Cheers. Enjoy.
Good.
Guys, interesting waiters. Okay, let's try the duck. Our next dish is Vietnamese style duck with a golden crust. The smell is just incredible, insanely good, a bit sweet. I feel like all today's dishes were pretty much sweet. But it's not just the duck that grabs your attention. Just look around. Look at where we are. The owner himself gave us the balcony so we could film and show you this. Again, I'll say it. Vietnamese people are super kind and open. Let's skip the talking. Time to try the duck.
Try with bún.
Incredibly delicious. You know what? Today it's the best dish I've tried so far. It's not sweet, it's juicy, tender, crispy, golden crust. Very juicy duck. No wonder Michelin recommends it. But again, don't forget, there are many restaurants here that are Michelin recommended but not starred. Also cool thing is, in Hanoi all these Michelin recommended restaurants are just 5 to 10 minutes walk from each other. That's very convenient. If you want to go food tour in Vietnam, Hanoi is a must. Come here. I guarantee you'll have an interesting experience with Hanoi food.
10 out of 10.
I will give 9.
Guys, what do you think? How much was that duck? We just showed them a photo, said we want exactly this duck, and they gave it to us, but didn't say the price. We don't even know ourselves. You can write in the comments. What do you think? How much was it?
It's kind of cheap, yeah?
Yeah.
For one portion of duck, recommended by Michelin, just 175,000 dong. I think for this kind of place, it's cheap. Guys, here's the climax. This video's cherry on top, so to say. We're at Tam Vi restaurant, where Michelin not only recommends this place, but has awarded it a star, a Michelin star. But before we show you this amazing food we're about to try, just look at the atmosphere, the view, the vibe of this restaurant. I'm sure you will love it. As far as I know, Tam Vi is one of 4 Vietnamese restaurants that were awarded a Michelin star for the first time in 2023. The exact criteria for Michelin stars are kept secret, but we know the main focus is on cooking technique and flavor balance. When I came inside, the first thing I noticed was the classic style, like a traditional North Vietnamese tea house with traditional decor, including Chinese-style furniture. Well, let's find out what Michelin gives stars for.
What do we have?
Okay, so the first one we have the nem rán spring roll.
Vietnamese pancakes,
So we have a bắp cải cuốn thịt, the pork inside, the vegetable roll outside.
Oh, we have it in our country.
they look like cabbage rolls in tomato.
And the other one is a spring roll with the shrimp outside and the pork with some bún or noodle inside and with rice, of course.
Well, let's try it. Can't wait.
I think we have to start with this dish, right?
Nem.
With nem.
Drown with this.
Fish sauce, yeah?
Dip it in the fish sauce. Inside, as far as I can tell, meat, and outside they look kind of ugly. Look at that. But you know, looks aren't everything. Looks can be deceiving.
Good, yeah?
Good.
I love Nam. After all the food I tried today, first, they're not over-fried. Not much oil. The taste, meat, a bit of seafood, some vermicelli maybe, pretty cool. Again, for me it's like a personal appetizer. Very nice flavor. I like it. As you've probably noticed, with every fried dish in Vietnam they add salad leaves, cabbage to balance out the grease and make the dish healthier. Now it's time for Vietnamese cabbage rolls in tomato sauce. They look very appetizing.
What's the name of this dish?
This dish called cải cuốn thịt.
Kai Kwan Tit?
Cải cuốn thịt.
Yes guys, it's unreal to remember the name, so write it down. They look like regular cabbage rolls.
Is it good?
It's very good.
I think it's the dish of the day. Maybe because I haven't had cabbage rolls in forever. Awesome. Feels like 80% similar to what I used to eat at home in Ukraine.
So nice. It reminds me the dish in Ukraine. Yeah?
The same?
Very similar.
Friends, the meat is tasty, tender, and the cabbage leaf isn't overcooked. This cabbage leaf, very cool, very cool. I think they also added mushrooms to the sauce. I really like the taste, it's not greasy, the meat is delicious. This is honestly the tastiest dish.
This is the best dish for me.
As far as I understand, the idea of this Michelin-star restaurant is to make the food so that everyone would enjoy it. Not too salty, not too spicy, so you can really taste all the ingredients in the dish. I really enjoy it.
What do we have next?
Maybe, no, this is last.
Last? Your favorite food?
Yeah, the last. I think because this is fresh to eat.
A fish sauce.
So go
Brown
first.
this. We'll take a bite.
Good?
In Vietnam, shrimp has a completely different flavor. Alright, let's try it.
Nice. Tasty.
A very simple but delicious shrimp dish. There's a bit of vermicelli inside, a leaf and some other ingredients. It's a secret, Winnie will tell us what it is. And of course, don't forget the sauce. The sauce is incredibly delicious. These Vietnamese sauces, it feels like they activate your taste buds and you enjoy the dish 2 to 3 times more. Don't forget the sauce. The best dish we've had today,
Cabbage rolls.
Vietnamese cabbage rolls. Alright friends, dinner's over. It's time, we got the bill. How much do you think? Only 8,000 Vietnamese dong. That's a bit less than $30. I think for a Michelin restaurant meal it's cheap. It's cheap because the food was delicious. Yeah, overall today every restaurant had tasty food. And if you're a fan of exotic dishes, check out our previous video. I'm 100% sure you'll love it. Bye.
Bye.
See you.